short, it is filmed in the gorgeous Western Australian Museum with lots of light and reflection. I love the opening shot of the outside of the glass building with clouds reflected on it, which ties into the title, Structural. The excellent choreography also has a machine-like structural feel to it. The dancers move to a very strong drum beat with synth accents. I love their gray outfits blending together well. The intensity of the dancers is very clear. They are so focused. Very entertaining. Great job.
Such a fantastic piece. It really grabs you right from the beginning with those intense drums. And it was invoking like a physical feeling of like foreboding. So really, really strong start. I thought the dancers were incredible. And the way that they kind of flowed between those softer musical moments with flow and grace and ease and just grace. And then it transitions back into the intense drumming and they're back with the movements. And it was just such a wonderful dance to see. And in the most spectacular of locations, just great use of the windows and the lighting and the building itself with the overhead shots. And I feel like the space was perfect to play in both physically as a dancer, but also with the cinematography and actually capturing everything. So this was fantastic.
I was struck by how the tension that was palpable between the dancers really matched the tension created by the music. I think that elements like the patterns of light cast by the building upon the dancers and the sort of sharp lines of their wardrobe, while the wardrobe was also very gray and monochromatic, really lent to the idea of architecture in this piece. And I think that the choreography in every moment acted as a way to make the dancers reliant physically upon one another in order to execute the movement. And I think that also played into the idea of structure really well in this piece.
I really love the color palette of the film, and I really liked the way the wardrobe of the dancers matched the background and location perfectly. I thought that was really satisfying, and one of my favorite parts about it was the way you guys kind of played with the reflections of the dancers. I think it added a really cool element to the performance by having it kind of like mirrored in that way. And I think overall it was a great performance by the filmmakers and the performers. I thought the performances were very captivating, and overall it was just a really beautiful film. So great job.
The ideal name for this piece, the most impressive thing about it, and there are many things to be impressed about for sure, is the dancers, their synergy with one another. It makes it all the more powerful, and it really chokes you up just thinking about the time and effort and work that it goes into perfecting a piece like this. You know, it's not something that's done in one easy take for sure, and you can't help but admire the skill and talent of the performers in it.
Fascinating dance piece. Everyone's wearing matching blue outfits, and they all move together in perfect synchronicity. It's very marvelous, actually, to see the way they dance as one. It kind of resembles a blob, too, whenever they move together in such close quarters and, like, huddle up like that. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I've been watching a lot of Succession recently, but they seem to resemble, like, corporate workers trying to go about their day-to-day tasks and just getting caught up in the manic nature of it. The music and the drumming certainly do well to build that heightened tension throughout. But yeah, I like this. Big shout out to whoever choreographed this, because it couldn't have been easy.
It's a very cool dance piece. I love this. You know, I love that it has a kind of a sci-fi feel to it, you know, and it's called Structural. It takes place inside this very modern steel-looking building, and you know, and it begins with the actors kind of like with the dancers, you know, moving in a piston-like fashion with the music very mechanically. And then it develops, it gets more frenzied from there and more involved, and then it resolves in peace. So we kind of get this feeling through the movement and the visuals of a sort of cycle happening. And, there's some sort of sense of sci-fi foreboding and awareness that this evokes. It's very cool. Very well shot. I love how the camera movement complemented the dancers' movement, and the editing did as well. And the dancers were all so wonderful. They did such a great job. I love seeing them. They did a great job. I love the The costuming was cool because everybody had this kind of consistent kind of, almost kind of Soviet era aesthetic going on with the gray and, very industrial look that goes along with the title and with the setting very well. So yeah, there was a great unity of expression through this whole thing. The music was awesome too. Music was wonderfully produced. So yeah, great music, dancing, visuals, editing, directing, lighting, and costuming, color, everything was great. So great job with this. I hope it gets out there and gets seen. This is wonderful.